I am here to report that sadly after Feintz, we will not be getting any more Kate Sage for a while. So as much as it's nice that we do have 5 already, the remaining, which is Mello, Estelle, and Ushuk, will not be arriving for a while because right now they are not even dead in the JP version yet. Our newest unit this time is Feintz, a Kate Sage. However, unlike the previous Kate Sage of Vitae, Feint's power level is more closer to the level of weak Demolition Kate. Sadly, not all Kate are having equal power in terms of meta-ness. Some can be very strong, some can be in the middle, and some can be really mediocre. Feintz is a tank who focuses on dodging physical attack, and in addition to granting physical dodge to herself and to the entire team, she can also redirect attack to herself and allow her to dodge AoE attack. So it's essentially at the perfect solution, or at the perfect situation for Feintz, Feintz can nullify a physical AoE attack, assuming it's only like 1 hit and not like too many hits, but other than that, Feintz can actually do decent DPS, not to the level you would expect of the modern day DPS like the previously released FF6 collab, but for a tank, the DPS is actually quite high compared to the other previous tank. As for how to use Feintz, most of the tanking stuff is already on passive, so technically you don't really need any setup. The AoE dodge is gained at the start of every turn, and the taunt to herself is gained through spending 3 boost points, so just focus on setting up go full-on offensive DPS. On the first turn with Feintz, you cast with Price Filling, which grant Feintz 5 turn of double cast, and also 30% attack and so damage up. And then turn 2 you can just cast Negation Brilliant, which is a 5-hit random sword, assuming you have a physical dodge, and becoming a 10-hit with double cast, and they also actually deal quite a lot of damage, so the skills serve as both shield breaking, and also deal a lot of damage when the enemy is broken. And that's it for most scenario. In single target, she doesn't have any other good skill. She does have an AoE skill though, which you can use for a scenario, or you can also use it for single target scenario, because that skill can also raise the sword rest debuff cap onto the enemy, but Feintz doesn't apply that much to the point where you would want to raise the cap for it, unless you have other character that can raise the cap for it, so technically you don't even need to use it most of the time. As for recommended skill, the only 2 main skill that Feintz would need would be the Price Filling combo with Negation Brilliance for the 10 hit. Other than that, the slot is flexible. You can bring the AoE if you want AoE, or there's also a counter skill that Feintz will retaliate with a single sword attack that can also inflict sword rest down, so you can kind of switch that out depending on what you want. As for Awakening Priority, Feintz is a low value unit, so technically you don't need any dupe, but in the case that you do want to go all in though, Ultimate is the best, I think. A1 is nice because again, every DPS who is A1 appreciate the extra stat, but the Ultimate is an AoE taunt that go first and also deal actually quite decently high AoE damage. Assuming all the condition is right, this ultimate will deal 3 times 700-ish potency of damage. However, again, this is just damaging ult and isn't like the super main important skill that Feintz had. So you want to just like ignore the ult and just go for A1 and be a step closer to A4, that's also better too. As for Feintz, A4 is actually quite bad in comparison to some of the other accessories you can already exchange in the shop. It's just a accessory that can restore boost point, but like there's a better option for that. Like you want your character to restore boost point, then there is Primrose EXA4, which also extend the buff that character grant, and also grant 3 turns of boost point regen at the start of battle already. So there are much better options when it's come to boost point regen accessory. As for review, Feintz gets 6 out of 10. In short summary, Shana exists, and this is a problem to all the tank. So if the tank only utility is tanking, then that is pretty bad because it's already quite power creep by Shana for like 2 years now already, so... A good example is Aoi, who was previously a free unit, who is a nullification tank for some attack, and also she has other utility on top of that. Mainly is her ability to hit through damage reduction, similar to how Edgar does it with a direct hit mechanic. And she does have that for a while before Edgar rise, so she does have a niche for it, so it does make her stand out and not just only exist as a dodge tank, so... As for Feintz, the only other noticeable utility that she does is like a 10-hit sword that deal decently high damage. But like, when you compare that to the current DPS we have with Fen, with Rainbow Team, with the FF6 collab, with Realm, and then with Locke, is kind of pale in comparison. And also, even assuming Shana doesn't exist, for a tanking standard, Feintz is actually quite bad. The problem with dodge tank is that the stack that they provide is not enough. They must like provide like 5 to like 9 stack every time you want to be like meta or something, because the moment any enemy uses a multi-hit attack, the dodge stack will fall apart really quickly. Like for example, that one boss fight with Feintz Zantos, where during the first phase he used that one AoE attack which is like 5 to 6 hit that knock you all to the back row. Feintz doesn't have enough dodge attack to dodge all of that, so you will kind of still take a lot of damage even though Feintz is opposed to dodge AoE physical damage, so... So in the end, we have a tank who is not good at tanking, exists in a world where Shana exists and can just nullify that. Although you still want to use Feintz anyway because you like her, or because she's one of the 8 Kate Sage, then just go full DPS with her. Her damage is actually quite not bad at all.